Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Nature's Beauty. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. Today, I want to kind of take a break from the building and all that kind of stuff and do a little bit of exploring. We haven't gone exploring in a little while. Just gathering some food here. That's probably enough for our trip, I think. And let's sleep before we head off. But I'm thinking, we've been building, we've been working on the village, working on the house, all this kind of stuff for quite a while. I think it's time to take a little bit of a break and actually do a little bit of exploring, because one of the big things in this pack is just all the natural beauty of the world and all the structures and things like that that you can find. And, well, I've got iron with me. If and when my helmet breaks, I can repair it. So if you look at our map, this is our village. This is kind of where our starter house was. We haven't really explored it all down to the southeast, and we haven't really explored anything up to the northwest. I think we're going to go southeast today, and we'll see what we find. I don't know. It's like maybe it's just kind of one of those things. Also, this is going to be a little bit of a talky episode just because we're going to be exploring and not building and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. It's just like chill, sit back, relax. I'm actually going to put this in my offhand so that we can see our map as we go and figure out once we get to new areas that we have not yet seen. Is this is a structure of some sort. Anything useful in here? Ooh. Oh. Well, I'm glad I was up here. That would have been the end of me. It exploded. I guess this was wired to TNT that was down here. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave that behind. It doesn't matter. We don't need. There wasn't anything exceptionally good. All that for 2 loaves of bread. You're gonna guard the TNT, or you're gonna guard your 2 loaves of bread with TNT. That seems a little bit excessive. Ooh, there's actually a lot of oak here. This is actually really good. I'm going to mark this on the map. And we're just going to say add marker. We'll say like here. And we'll say, what markers do we have? Let's mark it with this, and we'll say oak trees. Done. And that way, we know that if we need oak, we can come here and get a pretty decent amount of it, because it's all over the place. They're all fairly easy to chop down, it looks like. This is good. It's one of those resources that, like, I hadn't really found a good place to harvest oak yet. And I think we are now in unexplored terrain. I'm pretty sure that this is areas that we haven't been to yet. Oh, that's real pretty. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Anyway, moving on. We'll see if we can find other new stuff. Looks like lots of spruce, like a spruce forest over here of some sort. This could be really, like, I could see some pretty cool structures. Imagine like a castle built on top of that. That would be just so cool. So I guess you can't eat. Oh. Okay, never mind. I can't eat because I'm not hungry. that would do it. Good job, self. Got a little owl. Hello, owl. Moving on. Let's just keep going this way. We're going to find all sorts of cool stuff as we kind of traverse on. There we go. Now I can finally eat again. There. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit because the questions have been nonstop for a while, and it's completely understandable. People asking, where is Kingdoms? Where is Hermitcraft? When are Kingdoms and Hermitcraft coming back? Why did you quit Hermitcraft and Kingdoms? Where are they? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're not gone forever. I just needed a bit of a break. I'm hoping to be bringing vanilla back this weekend, unless something goes like horribly wrong, like my internet dies or some sort of like technical issue. Vanilla content will be returning to the channel this weekend. I just needed a break from vanilla, if I'm being honest. I got like super burned out. I just hit a wall creatively, where like I would log in and it just wasn't fun. Like I don't know, I wasn't enjoying myself, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So vanilla has been kind of on a break for a while. I want to reiterate the thing that I've said many times in the past, is that kingdoms and Hermitcraft, for that matter, will never go away forever. At least, I mean, I suppose, you know, if for some reason Hermitcraft decides to disband, then like obviously that would be a different situation. But for the most part, I have no intention of ever truly quitting Hermitcraft or kingdoms. They'll be around forever and ever and ever, but that doesn't mean that they won't go on a break every now and again. Because the thing is, and a lot of people don't necessarily think about this when they're wondering where those series go, is that like at this point I have quite literally thousands of hours into vanilla and thousands more into modded, for that matter. And like even I need a break sometimes, you know? Like sometimes you just hit a point where you're like, I don't want to do any of this stuff. I've done a lot of this stuff before. And like the other thing too is that, especially with YouTube, there's like this this desire, this push, if you will, to always do something different, to not repeat content, I guess you could say, right? So like if I build a house once, people get really annoyed if I build that house again in a different series, you know? And it's not just like that specific house, it's like the styles, right? If I build a house in a certain style and then the next series I build another house in that same style, people are like, you're just repeating content, be more creative, Wells. It's like, do you have any idea how many styles I've built in over the course of thousands and thousands of hours of Minecraft? Like, it's very hard sometimes to come up with ideas that are truly new for like what you've done in the past, because I've done a lot of things in the past, you know? So like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where, like I sort of hit a wall creatively, and I just needed to take a break, and I think I'm finally over my burnout now. I think I'm good. I'm going to kind of ease back into it. I don't think I'm going to jump right back into daily vanilla right off the bat. But I do want to get a Hermitcraft and a Kingdoms episode out. Hopefully this weekend, for sure within the next couple days, one of each. Maybe more than that. We'll see kind of if I'm able to like regain my inspiration and all that kind of stuff. Let's actually park the boat over here. That way I can pick it up again easily. So yeah, that's sort of the deal. And then, you know, I don't know, like I get that people love those series, and I appreciate that, and it's wonderful, but like it's, how do I explain this? It's just as annoying for me as a creator to not be able to like produce that content and enjoy it, as it is for you guys as viewers to not have that content to watch. Like when I hit one of these like burnouts where I, you know, well, you know what? Let's, whatever. We don't need anything in that village anyway. Let's just keep going. When I hit a point where I like mentally can't play vanilla anymore, I get super, super frustrated with myself. Like, I'm like, but I need to make videos, and like I feel obligated, I guess you would say, to continue making those videos. And then when I hit this point where it's just not fun because I'm super burned out on it, and I'm not enjoying myself, and I feel like I don't have any new ideas and like all this other kind of stuff, like it's just as frustrating for me. It's not that like I don't care or whatever, you know, but like I understand people getting frustrated about it. But just for those people who do get frustrated when vanilla series go on hiatus occasionally, please understand that like it's just as frustrating for me as it is for you, because I want to be making those videos because people enjoy them and watch them, and like that's part of my livelihood, you know? But sometimes you just kind of hit that wall where you're like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm just not having fun. Look at this, by the way. Just look at this. Look at this terrain. This is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this gives me a very Lord of the Rings feel. Like if those two giant statues. I'm trying to remember what they're called. I believe it starts with an A. It's like the two giant statues, and they're like holding out their hands or their arm or whatever, telling like, stop, don't move. I forget. I'm like 99% sure it starts with an A. My Tolkien knowledge is failing. I'm ashamed of myself. But anyway, that's gorgeous. That was absolutely beautiful. I love it. What do we got over here? Let's maybe beach the boat here in just a second. We'll just kind of come over to the shore. Like so. There we go. And let's keep going in this way direction. Oh, there are some things about this pack that I love, and one of them is seeing sights like that and just being stunned. I have to admit, in vanilla, with the way that vanilla terrain generation is, I don't think I've ever had, well, maybe not ever, but I think it is exceedingly rare for me to have moments where I look at the terrain and I just go, wow, that's incredible. You know, but it happens in this pack all the time. There's just so much beautiful terrain and stuff like that. Like, I wish that it was feasible to have a mod pack series that would last forever, like Kingdoms. I wish I could essentially turn this. They were they made on their own? I didn't know that was a thing. I did not know that the animals would breed on their own in this pack. Despite me having made the pack, there's still a lot of mods in this pack. Well, I shouldn't even say a lot. There's a handful of mods in this pack that I'm not like super knowledgeable and familiar with. You know, I kind of like looked at them and I made sure that they, you know, didn't break the pack. And then I was like, well, I like what this says it does, so I'm going to include it, right? There's a couple of those. Animalia is one of them, and that's the one that adds these different types of cows and passive mobs and stuff like that. I have been considering removing it, honestly, just because it messes with the vanilla. It seems like, at least, that it really messes with the spawn rates. So you get, like, way less passive mobs than you would normally. But I mean, out here we're finding tons of them, so I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't mess with the spawn rates at all. There we go. Let's just continue on our merry way. I don't know. I think it's kind of like one of those things where when you're making a mod pack and you want it to be a long-term series, it can be a long-term series, like, to a point. But after a certain point, it kind of, like, loses relevance, right? Like, the problem with mods, and modded Minecraft, and mod packs, for that matter, is that it is almost impossible to consistently remake or update. Update is probably a better term. It's almost impossible to update a mod pack to a newer version of Minecraft. So right now we're playing in 1.12, right? But as we know, 1.13... mod packs are like right around the corner. They're going to be here, or not mod packs, but 1.13 Minecraft is like right around the corner, right? It's going to be here anytime. I'm guessing probably within like the next couple weeks even. And once that happens, you know, a little bit of time will pass. Forge will get updated, and then mods will start getting updated to 1.13. However, those worlds are not going to be compatible with 1.12 worlds. Well, in the case of the jump from 1.12 to 1.13, I know they won't be, because 1.13 is just changing so many things about Minecraft and the way things work and how things are named and how it's coded, and like there's just so many changes to 1.13 that it's going to be a bit of a thing. Like, it's going to take some time. But at the same time, once 1.13 is out, people are going to want those 1.13 features, right? You want to have the amazing new oceans that they're going to be adding and like all this other kind of stuff. And since I can't update the mod pack to 1.13 because it just doesn't work that way, then essentially any 1.12 packs are basically no longer going to be relevant once 1.13 modding is kind of a thing, right? So it's really, really hard to make like a proper long-term, and when I say long-term, I don't mean like 6 months, I mean like forever, right? Like Kingdoms is what I consider a long-term series. Hermitcraft is a long-term series. Those are series that essentially I intend for them to go on forever in some shape or form. And, you know, maybe take breaks occasionally, but realistically they'll never end, and there's really no reason that they have to, right? Unless Mojang does something that breaks them. Right? Hermitcraft is kind of different because it resets every, you know, so often to update to the nearest version or to just restart the world or whatever. But like Kingdoms, that world is the world unless Mojang decides, oh, by the way, to update to this latest version of Minecraft, your old worlds aren't going to be compatible. And that's actually a concern. I had, there's some snapshots that have been like, by the way, you can't update to this snapshot from previous worlds, but I think they've fixed that now. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. When it comes to mod packs, that's just not feasible if you want the mods to be relevant, right? Like 1.7.10 was kind of like what a lot of people consider the golden age of modded Minecraft, right? It was the version that had the most mods and the most mod packs and just tons and tons and tons of great mod packs and great mods for 1.7.10. It was amazing. However, most of those aren't really played anymore. No one really plays them because they're back in 1.7.10, you know? And although they were amazing and they still are, and there's a lot of great mods and mod packs and all this other kind of stuff, like they just kind of lose relevance once the Minecraft community kind of moves forward and the modded Minecraft community kind of moves forward. Like now, the 1.12 is really where everybody's playing because there's a lot of great mods for 1.12, and you want to do the new stuff, right? And you want those features that are built into the game as well. You don't want to have like, it's really weird to go back to 1.7.10 because think about like all the things that are in vanilla Minecraft now that weren't there back in 1.7, right? Like Elytra, your offhand. There's just all sorts of things where you're like, oh wait, you know, I mean, 1.7 combat was different. You could still sword spam, you know? It was just like super click. And that's a huge change. So, you know, when you play a lot of the newer versions, then going back to those older ones, it's like, wow, this feels really dated. This is really different, you know? So when it comes to mod packs, like, I don't think it's really feasible to make a long-term mod, a forever mod pack, I should say, that will essentially stay relevant forever. It's just not happening because of the way that mods work and modded Minecraft works and the way the modded Minecraft community works and all this other kind of stuff. Like, it's just not possible to update to newer versions. And that's even assuming that all the mods themselves updated to newer versions, right? Like, the thing with modded Minecraft is that you're basically at the mercy of the mod authors when it comes to making a mod pack, right? So, like, for example, one of the mods in this pack is Quark, right? And Quark is made by Vazky. And Vazky is actually awesome. Great person. I wouldn't say like a close friend of mine, but I'd say an acquaintance. Someone I talk with occasionally on like Twitter and, you know, whatever. Great person. Absolutely great person. However, if Vazky just decided, you know what, I don't really want to make mods anymore. I want to focus on my career or college or whatever, right? I'm just done making Minecraft mods. Then that would basically be the end of Quark, and a future mod pack could never include Quark. Like, that's just the, you know, this is because it would never update. So in some ways, you're kind of at the mercy of the mod pack authors, and there's not really much you can do about that, unfortunately. That's just the nature of having mods that are made by people and are not official mods from, you know, like Mojang. what can you do? You know, that's the nature of the beast, so to speak. So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where, like, there are challenges when it comes to making long-term modded series. I know it'd be great to have a series that goes on forever and ever and ever, but it's just not feasible. Now, with that said, you can have modded series that last longer than others, right? Like, right now I'm doing FTB Pyramid Reborn, and it's almost done. I think we're like roughly 25 episodes or so into it, but it's kind of like a quest-based mod pack. Like, you're given clear objectives that you are supposed to accomplish, and then once those are done, they're done. Realistically, that series will probably last 30 episodes at the most, because I've got like one objective left, but it's Pneumaticraft, which is like this whole thing that I've never done before, and it's this whole like rabbit hole. But anyway, point is, ooh, hello Mesa. This is something I don't think we found a Mesa yet. This is a good find. And it looks quite lovely. I think this looks considerably better than the vanilla mesas. There's also a lot more red sand, which I think is a good thing. And red sandstone. Ooh, there is not actually red sandstone in vanilla mesas, if you didn't know that. Yeah, look at this. This is beautiful. It's actually, this is all pretty much red sand. There's like no actual hardened clay here that I can see. Huh. Interesting. So, let's mark this. Where am I? Oh, I'm way down here. Holy cow. All right, so let's go add marker here. Red sand. Done. There we go. So we know that's there. And then I think what we should probably do is just kind of go, oh, we should take a, well, actually, these are not, this is a structure that like looks really cool, but there's really nothing inside it that's actually important. We'll go check it out anyway. Why not? Excuse me. Yeah, we'll go check this out anyway. And now I like lost my train of thought. I was talking about a thing and I forget what it was, but whatever. Let's go peek at this. See what we find. If I remember correctly, there's really not much here, but maybe I'm wrong. Also, these like super large structures generate a little funky because they're so big and they're trying to like fit in with the realistic terrain generation. And it's yeah, it's a little weird. Or the biome bundle terrain generation. That's right. I was going to use, how do we get in here? Ah, here we go. Let's make sure we have torches. Here we go. Cyan terracotta. Oh, here we go. There's it's just nothing. Okay. Still nothing. If I remember correctly, like there's not really anything in these. Like there's like little chests here. So yeah, like this one, for example. But they don't really have good stuff in them. I mean, gold ingots, that's kind of okay, I guess. Not great. But it's something. Yeah, we've already been down that path. We've already been down there. Okay, let's pop out. Let's go the other way. Oh, this one actually goes up. Oh, hi. I was gonna say, I hear scary things. That's a stair, so we can walk on that. And that's just a way down. So let's not walk on that one. Want to be kind of careful here. Oh, it's another staircase up with a creeper. I would appreciate it if you would stay away. Thank you. Oh, look at this. I haven't seen this before. What's in here? Oh, there's some decent stuff. What about this? Yeah, not bad. Okay. Well, cool. I'm glad we actually decided to take a look at this because I hadn't seen most of this stuff before. I'm going to put all this away. What's this? A flamingo egg. We have a chance of spawning a flamingo? That's amazing. Maybe we'll do that when we get back to the house. Still, like, there's some pretty cool stuff here. Where was that other direction? Right here. Yeah. I'm gonna borrow a couple of blocks so we can do this. There we go. There's nothing there. And there's nothing there either. Okay, so I think we have fully explored all that this little temple has to offer. Wait, I'm going deeper. Here we go. There's a way out. I was gonna say, I know there's a way out of here somewhere. Anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep. And I think this is a good place to end off today's episode. So guys, I'm gonna call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.